Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today with our sound, connecting with our ancestors and our loved ones. Just allowing ourselves to just move from our head space to our heart space in those 3 deep breaths and just settling into the heart. And you could place your hands on your heart. Just allowing our hearts to connect here for a little while as we connect to our loved ones and ancestors with the greatest of love and honoring. And then let us move from our heart space to the earth, connecting to Mother Gaia. And then now I'm gonna light a candle to bring in the highest and the purest frequencies for us. And lighting a candle in memory and honor of our loved ones and our ancestors. So if you haven't lit your candle yet, you can do so. And if you have your candle lit, just keep it lit. So thank everyone for being here. Thank you, Lillian, Daisy, Beverly, Claudia, and Erin. And thank you for everyone who's watching the replay and who's with us in spirit. So now we're going to open up the safe, sacred space with us and our loved ones and our ancestors. So now this golden circle is surrounding us with candlelight. And tens of thousands of candles are illuminating around us. As we allow our heart light to illuminate the candles that surround us and the candles that are within our heart. Just setting that intention to light candles to your loved ones and ancestors. And we are all connected as one heart, with the highest and the purest frequencies, with the greatest of love and the greatest of light and honoring. And our loved ones and ancestors step forward, and we hold hands with them in that greatest remembrance and that greatest of honoring. And we call on the goddess archetypes to be with us, to surround us with the greatest love and nurturance and healing that we may need. And allowing ourselves to just let go of anything that we are holding heavy within our hearts with our loved ones and our ancestors for transformation into love and light. Letting go of any guilt any resentment, any anger, any pain that we're still carrying with us, knowing that today, tonight, is the day to put all that pain to rest and moving forward with that love, that remembrance, and just allowing our ancestors and our loved ones to infuse our life into everything that we do. That they're a part of us, they're one with us. They don't want us to be sad, they want us to be joyful. And it's okay to reflect from the past of those beautiful memories, but infusing the moment with those beautiful memories into the present moment and giving them new life through their teachings, through their songs, through their recipes, through prayers, through poems, are allowing ourselves to carry that forward and infusing that into our life and everything that we do. Because they love us so dearly and they cherish us so dearly. And we are to cherish and nurture ourselves as well. And giving ourselves that tender loving care, that self-love. So just placing your hands on your heart and allowing ourselves to connect to our ancestors and loved ones even deeper as we anchor into the earth, into Mother Gaia. Just feeling ourselves rooted deeper, deeper, deeper into the soil. We're coming back home to our hearts of remembrance. Our hearts are remembering of the love and light and blessings and gifts that we are for ourselves, others, and the world. And then now, through the singing bowl, we fully allow healing and transformation to take place within us, within our loved ones and our ancestors and all of our lineage, and infusing the past, present, and future timelines with so much love. Now let us have a moment of silence. And I invite you all, if you feel guided, to pop in the chat box, who you would like to honor through your loved ones or the names of your ancestors that you know, as in us just fully bringing to light their spirit, their heart, their essence that is one with us. And just take your time. And within this healing temple space, knowing that you are held with the greatest of love, And just allow those healing tears to flow. Don't allow anything to be suppressed, because this healing temple is for us as well, and for our family. If we have children, our cousins. So just allowing ourselves to honor our grandparents, our mothers, our fathers, brothers and sisters, the little ones within our lives, and the little ones that are to be created within our lives. Honoring the great spirit of creation, of Source, of the divine, that moves and expresses through us, through that extension of love that we are. And tonight we're connecting our hearts with the greatest and the deepest of love and honor. And then now we're going to do a guided meditation to help us form and reconnect to our loved ones so that we can fully experience their love in their hearts as the veil is very thin and they're very close and near and dear to us right here, right now, with us in the present moment. So we only allow the highest and the purest frequencies to be with us. And the greatest frequency of love. Just allowing these pure white hearts that are holding white candles to illuminate within your sacred space and to illuminate within your heart. And your ancestors and loved ones draw so near to our hearts that they give us the most nurturing love and tender loving care that we may need. And we honor the wheel of the year, the changing of the seasons. We allow our old selves to just let the old parts of us go that no longer serve us, to release that to Mother Gaia, to nature, as one with the falling leaves. to know that we're in that flow of nature, in that oneness of nature. We are nature, and we're nurtured by nature on all levels and areas of our life, fully and completely. And we don't fear the cycles of the seasons, knowing that we're always home within our heart, within our sacred vessel. And as we tune back into our heart each and every day, and in any stressful moments, just placing your hand on your heart and welcoming yourself back home within. Because when you feel home within, it's reflected all around you in that safety through others, through different experiences, and knowing that support is always with you and within you and a part of you. So now we're all sitting within the sacred circle of the illuminated candles. And our loved ones and our ancestors are connecting to us through this silvery white diamond web, this golden diamond thread. And along this thread are millions of candles and diamonds. It's the dewdrops of the water, which is rippling along this thread. It's golden illumination of that candlelight. It's just infusing us at our backs. And we receive that warmth from the back of our heart to the front of our heart. And it illuminates outwards and all around us. And we become this golden ray of brilliance. And as we illuminate with this golden light, we can see the faces of our loved ones and ancestors in these orbs. Just allowing these orbs to just lovingly touch and kiss your face and your heart. Just allow the healing to flow all around you. And your ancestors and loved ones honor you for being here on this day and tonight. To give them new life and remembrance and honor. To acknowledge them, to cherish them, and to bless them. And then now, with these marigolds, we send healing to you and your loved ones and ancestors. Seeing these marigold flowers all around you. and you receive bundles of marigold flowers within your hands, and your ancestors and loved ones appear right in front of you, and you offer them a marigold flower, and taking your time to connect with them and to talk with them, to ask them for to release any forgiveness or closure or anger or pain that we're still carrying. Let this be the moment where we fully allow our hearts to speak to our loved ones and our ancestors. The time is now to allow them to fully hear our hearts and to feel our hearts and to set them free and us free with that greatest love, so that we can fully flourish on this life journey with them by our side, hand to hand, heart to heart, as one. So just taking your time to connect now. And now our loved ones and our ancestors place their palms upon our palms. And we can feel that love flowing to us and the love flowing through us to them. And their hearts are becoming fully illuminated. And our hearts are becoming fully illuminated and restored. And we're being rebirthed. And they're being rebirthed as well. Just allowing yourself to fully feel this connection with your heart of love, your heart of light, your heart of remembrance. And then now, we see this bright, bright, bright white light and diamond light illuminating all around us. We're feeling source of love and light. We're feeling that warmth, that connection. And then now we thank our ancestors and loved ones for being with us today and tonight. Just allowing yourself to say any final words to your ancestors and loved ones. Before they are returned to source, to that source of love and light. So just taking a moment to say your goodbyes for right now, knowing that you can always connect with them at any time within your heart. They're never far away. It's just placing your hands on your heart and calling in those highest and purest frequencies. And they'll be right there with you. And always being in that love frequency. And moving from fear to love always. So then now Source says it's time for our ancestors and loved ones to return back home to the light. So now we allow them to return to the light. And we're feeling more of our energy. So feeling the energy within our feet, our ankles, our legs, our thighs, the core of our stomach, our heart, our higher heart, our throat chakra, third eye chakra, crown chakra. Allow yourself to take 3 deep breaths as you return back to your body, back to the here and now, within your sacred space, within your sacred temple of your body. Your body is your temple, and your heart is your home. And we thank our ancestors, our guides, our guardians, the caretakers of the land in which we reside. Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mother Gaia, for being with us tonight in this safe, sacred space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessed be, and so it is. And then now we'll open up the space for us to share and for us to connect to our hearts even more. Thank you. Thank you for being here today and tonight with our hearts as one. Our hearts know the way. Our hearts guide the way and lead the way. Could always trust in the heart, and it's time to come back home to that heart of remembrance. Thank you. So then, if you'd like to share, you could just unmute and knowing that you're very held and nurtured.
I'll share. In the meditation, when you were talking about giving flowers to marigold to my grandma, I gave my marigold flower to my grandmother. There's two grandmothers, so one maternal and paternal. My maternal grandmother, she received, and then she grabbed me and said, "Come, come, come!" And then she made marigold juice for me and marigold cake. So I don't know whether there's any marigold juice and cake, but I was like, wow. And then she invited me to have meal with her. I never had meal with her at all in my life. So my maternal grandmother passed away when I was in primary school, I think, or early high school or primary school. I can't even remember. Because my maternal grandmother is indigenous and is a lost tribe. I couldn't even track down where's the root of the indigenous, because they move a lot in the history and where the riverbank of Borneo in the east part of Malaysia. So, and my parents, especially my mom, never even talk to me about or share about any of her childhood or stories. Just nothing. It literally zero. But I only know that the costume that they wear and some of the food that they eat, because when my aunties and my mom get together, they still make the those indigenous food, I think. Yeah, like raw prawn, fish, and then mixed together and have like those I don't know what kind of leaf is that, like natural leaf, and just put it in a leaf and then just bite the whole thing. It's oral. Yeah. So I know that I don't know how to make them, but I know that when my auntie came, if my auntie comes, then I'll be able to taste that. But yeah, that is how I am connected to my grandparents, maternal side last year in this time of the year. It was profound, and we did some healing on her when I was with Jane George and ancestral healing, and it was really beautiful and bringing everybody to a celebration. So someone in the beginning, it was wanting to know them, wanting to see them, feel them, touch them, if possible. But you feel it. So we feel it. So the first year last year, I feel everything. I see everything. But this year, as I'm in the southern hemisphere, the wheel is a little bit different than northern. But I always journey the both wheels together as balancing. And thank you for the meditation, Carl. So I need to find any marigold juice and remember marigold cake that I could make as well. And yeah, this is called self-honoring. So when we honor ourselves, and we are the future ancestors ourselves. So we've been able to share our ancestors to our children or the next generation, especially like where you're coming from. So now it just like it can be revealed to just connecting with the heart space. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's so beautiful. Thank you, Lillian. Thank you, Kyle. Um, I also want to share something. Um, is it okay I read something I wrote? um, so throughout the years, I had a lot of visions and dreams how my ancestors and especially my grandma come to my dreams and bringing good food and um yeah, it, you know, Asian people is all about good food. um and I was trying to figure out which writing I need to read, and I feel like Lillian was talking about her ancestor. I think from Asian we all have this lineage of dragon, so I was like, oh, I need to search something that I wrote about dragon, and then turned out I have this one. It's not exactly dragon, but it's my dragon fruit tree. So this one, what I'm trying to write is what will make it heaven on earth for me today. So that was the main subject. Lately, I started appreciating the magic of earthly soil more, like gathering little bit of treasures that have already randomly scattered around me in life. I am slowly picking up certain good old habits, such as composting, offering food scraps to my potted plants, witnessing them smiling and saying thank you to me. The golden dragon fruit tree holding a big fertile womb, so graciously taking all the earthly nutrition in, doing some inner alchemical dance, magic, turning all scraps and junks into chunks of black soil, into some deep dark void and inner magic, where all things, good or bad, useful or non-useful, all things going back home. Home, the place where our dried skeleton and thirsty, scorched heart coming back to full blooming, robust muscles and fertile, rounded buttocks. Home, where one droplet of blood mixing within the rivers of rejuvenating large waters, refueled, replenished, returning to the original sense of myself with all my senses reborn, rebirthed within my full blossoming, flourishing soul. Home where I can taste nourishing love in the air, laughters in grandma's old kitchen, family gatherings in circles, making dumplings, mooncakes, homemade soups and noodles all together around one large round table, while the table is marked with rows of dumplings, balls, and bread doughs, ready to be serviced, be part of the hot, joyous food bowls of tasty, yummy magic. There would be music playing on the background, Grandpa sharing his old time epic stories when he traveled across oceans, mountains, valleys, and eventually landed home with Grandma, home where all our ancestors reside, gathering and sharing all the heartfelt, belly-filled, satisfying, gratifying dreams and stories where we all can meet and merge into one big stirring soup pot. Stirring, churning, mixing into one wholesome homemade meal, a meal that feeds one belly, nourishing all aspects of the soul and heart. So I just want to dedicate this to all our ancestors, and may we all come back to the place of wholeness and homeness together. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Daisy. Thank you, Lillian. Would you like to share, Beverly?
There you go, I did it. Sorry, I was messing around, pressing the little because it's so early in the morning, I was pressing the little remote on there and it just wasn't doing anything. Yet I think for me it was mainly it was more the feeling, you know. I come from a quite a long lineage of empaths, and the love that my mum always had, she was like an earth angel for everyone, absolutely everyone but herself, bless her heart, you know, and my gran as well, and my granddad. So the connection from the heart was there massively. And also my witchy ancestors, 100% love and light. Like, don't forget me. Do you know what I mean? They've been coming in quite a lot, I think, especially with it being Halloweeny as well, to get involved. And also brothers and sisters from the stars as well. So still not quite sure where who I am yet and where I came from as such. But there's definitely lineages out there that I'm not sure who they are yet, but I know there was brothers and sisters from the stars, my witchy ancestors, and also family, quite a lot of family, which was just lovely. And you know, sharing that heart space with them is magical. They've been on my mind a lot, I would say, for a lot of months lately, like almost like they want to come through, or they want me to work with them more, you know, when they're just constantly on your mind. And I never met I met one of my nanas, and she was lovely, bless her heart, she just cared for the whole world. And so I never met the rest of them. And I've seen a picture of one granddad, so both granddads, but my other nan died when she was 30, so I've got no idea what she looked like. But I know they're all there, so many of them up there, because at one point I was told we were the biggest family in the northeast of England. So, and we've all got a nutty sense of humour, so they'll be entertaining everyone. All our ancestors will be there tonight having a right old laugh together. And that just makes me feel nice, because I see us all together and they'll be like, look at them. You know, it's just nice that they're all together and we'll all, everyone's, you know, been told everyone knows each other in heaven. Just, you just automatically know who they are, and that we're connecting like this. So they'll be connecting up there like we're connecting down here. Just feels really special. So thank you. I appreciate you.
Aaron, would you like to share?
Sorry, I'm kind of in my own world right now. I'm putting my face on. So, I came in late, so I didn't really catch kind of what was going on. I'm a Heoka two spirit. I live in two worlds. I'm keeper of the balance. I'm blue spectral night, and I'm child of the sun and child of the night. And so I've lived half my life between the two balances and extremes, spent half my life in prison, was raised around bikers and drugs and, all that. But always had a spiritual side, and always had my feminine side, my soft side, my compassionate side, my naturally loving side, always beat down and ridiculed. And it's only after having a starseed awakening that I've started getting confidence again to say, hey, you know what? I'm okay with me. If people aren't, that's okay. Then they're not my vibration, you know? Because when I was younger, I was always the outcast, but I was okay in being the outcast. So I was always liked by everybody and accepted by everybody. It's ironic how that seems to work when you completely embrace who you truly are. People really respect it. And whether you're in their group or not, they just gravitate towards you because everybody wants the courage and the bravery to do that and to be that person. Just say, hey, this is who I am. If you don't like it, okay, I still love you, but I'm still me, you know? So this may be a horror show, but it's not done yet. Huh, it didn't start. That's funny. Like I said, it's not done yet. This side is supposed to be black. So I don't know what y'all are hoping to accomplish here, what you guys are doing in this group, but for me personally, I've seen and I've experienced the true reality of multidimensionality. I've felt the oneness. I've felt the 0 point center point without even really realizing that that was my natural state. I used to play sports growing up, was in martial arts, and I would do it intuitively without even realizing it. And then as I started getting into spirituality and I tried to do it, I engaged the linear mind to try to do it logically, I would get confused. And when I started doing paradigm shifts, because I used to be a Christian pastor after being a ceremonial magician and being taught the Lakota medicine ways and traditions, being a holy man, a sweat leader and sun dancer and all that. And then facing the judgment in the church, when I would bring stuff up and go, okay, well, quantum physics says this, you can see in the Bible where and they're like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But yet you can see that they're going, no, no, no. And it's going, okay, have you ever heard of this? Well, no, I never heard of that. Like Joseph Campbell, The Masks of a God. Joseph Campbell was a Christian, but he was also a mythology professor and did comparative mythology and showed how there's a universal truth beyond all religion, and that's my thing that I had to get to, because when your paradigms start falling away, you start panicking because that's all you knew. That was your anchor. Now your anchor's gone. And so I learned to be okay in that point. because in that point is where you have true possibilities, where you have perfect trust that everything's going to be okay. There is no fear in the darkness. You know, it's just an illusion. That's what people don't realize. There's a reason that they have the old occult saying, as above, so below. And it says in the Bible, on earth as it is in heaven, you know, and it talks about the kingdom being within you and all these other things that it shows. And when they persecuted Yeshua for saying he was the son of God and wanting to stone him, he said, is it not written in your own laws that I have said ye are gods? You know, he's basically going, I'm just saying I'm the son of God, dude. But it says in your laws that you are God. You know, and they're like, we're going to kill you. It's like, why? Because I told the truth. Because people are scared. I've been scared for the longest time because part of my personality, part of my power is thunder. I literally cause storms. In 92, in a rage at my father for abuse and other things, I was in a really dark night of the soul. I caused a storm and it scared the heck out of me. And when I was younger, I used to be able to see into the other worlds, other dimensions. And growing up Catholic with nobody to explain that, it scared me and I shut off to that. And with so much fear programming, I ran from a lot of stuff. In fact, I got to the point where it's like 4 different times at 4 different locations, which in the native tradition, that's pretty much set in stone. All 4 directions have agreed this is your destiny. Pay attention. You know,
Aaron,
what's that? Yes, ma'am.
excuse me, Aaron. Can I ask the question?
Yes, of course.
What is the intention that you joined Samhain Temple today? Coming to center, what is the intention that you present yourself here today? Thank you.
I come in exploration to learn, to teach, because every interaction that we meet, every time you look somebody in the eyes, that's a galactic contract. We are supposed to both give and take. And so that's what I'm trying to go back to, is my pure self, where I can be present and listen and see, okay, what do you need? What do I need?
Thank you for presenting so clear. This temple is honoring our ancestors and also the wheel of the year that is turning.
Mm-hmm.
So I love you. I will love you to connect to that and bring in your essence and present it in this temple.
That's what I'm talking about, sis. The oneness of everything, the connection of everything. Beyond all religion, beyond all traditions. That's what a Heyoka does. A Heyoka comes to show people how they're stuck in tradition, because reality has 2 sides, particle and wave. We've been stuck in the wave the particle for too long. And we need to go back to the wave, the possibility, stop being so rigid and flow with what the universe tells us to do instead of what we want to do. Service to others instead of service to self.
Yeah, I love that. I really love that. Not service to self.
Yep.
Yes, we are service together.
Not always easy to do.
I know it is. Because we always had to bring into centered and clear of why we are here for. And drop it down to this body and anchor to earth. And bring into that discernment to serve in the highest intention and the purest. And I'm honoring you to be here. And I see you. I hear you. I'm so happy that you join us today.
I am too. It's terrifying, but amazing at the same time.
It is okay to be terrifying because we
Yeah.
are still in this human body. We have feeling expressed by using this feeling because we honor ourselves. We honor this feeling throughout this body. And thank you for presenting yourself in here and to say that to service to others, not to self.
Yeah.
In this way, I bow to you. Thank you.
Well, thank you everyone for sharing. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Daisy. Thank you, Lillian. Does everyone feel complete? Yeah. Okay. So let us now just close the sacred temple. And knowing that our ancestors and our loved ones are always walking the path with us, that heart path and that remembrance back home to our hearts as one. And thank you all for being here, and thank you all who are watching live and on the replay. As we honor you, we honor your loved one and your ancestors. Thank you, thank you. Blessed be, and so it is. And then now, we're seeing that sacred illuminated candlelight circle being illuminated in white light. As our temple space closes, it goes back up to source, to that love and to that light with the highest and purest frequencies. Knowing all that we have anchored with that love, with the love within our hearts, ripples out into the world and touches everyone and everything, and blesses everyone's ancestors and loved ones. And then now, the sacred space is now closing. The sacred space is now closed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessed be, and so it is. Thank you all for being here. Until we connect again, thank you, and good night. Bye for now.